everyone, it's Karen from the Geordie Grandma. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about Valentine's Day. Now you might think, but I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I don't have a partner. We're not a romantic couple. That doesn't matter. Valentine's Day is the perfect time to focus on yourself. I mean, after all, if you can't love yourself, who can you love? So when I was looking around the shops recently, there's tons of stuff that says Valentine's Day. They've got Valentine's cards, they've got boxes of chocolates that are, nicely wrapped in pink bows and everything like that. So I thought for this video, I was going to come up with some ideas for you to treat yourself on Valentine's Day. Because I think there's nothing wrong with treating yourself. And I think, especially as women, I think it's good to focus on yourself for a change. I mean, we do spend a lot of our time, when the kids are young, we're focusing on the kids, and even when they get older, we're still focusing on them. We're worrying about other people. We might have elderly parents that we're worried about and focusing on them, which is all, lovely. But at some point, it is time to focus on yourself. So I thought I would group together some ideas, and I've grouped the ideas around the things you would normally associate with Valentine's Day. So the first thing I think we usually associate with Valentine's Day is flowers. I mean, yes, it is nice to, be sent a bunch of flowers or to be given a bunch of flowers. But if you're going to treat yourself with flowers, yes, you can buy yourself a bunch of flowers, but why not also get yourself a really pretty vase to go with it? There's tons of different vases. It doesn't even have to be a vase. Could be a jug, could be a metal bucket. Just something that you think is interesting, and get yourself some flowers and put it in that, and then display it where it's going to make you happy. Maybe you're not into flowers, actual real flowers. There's some absolutely fantastic Lego flowers in the Lego shop. I've got a bonsai tree that my son bought us a couple of years ago, a Lego bonsai tree, and I had so much fun building that. And it just looks so pretty as well. So, you could treat yourself to that. But there's lots of different kinds of floral Lego displays that you can get. Some of them aren't too expensive. So you could treat yourself to that for Valentine's Day and, spending a few hours just focusing on you and building this floral Lego display. The other flower-themed idea I thought of was a flower-themed candle. If you don't want a bunch of flowers and you don't fancy the Lego, why not treat yourself to a lovely floral scented candle? You can get some really lovely ones, from lavender to cherry blossom to lilac to rose, anything. So you can still get that flower experience, but you just get the lovely scent of it rather than actually having a real bunch of flowers in your house. The second thing we associate with Valentine's Day is chocolates. And a box of chocolates is always lovely. Sometimes on Valentine's Day, if you do have a partner, they might not be very creative and they might just buy a box of chocolates, just an ordinary box of chocolates, which is really lovely. I'm not knocking that. But you could go all out. You could go and choose yourself, the box of chocolates that you'd really like. It may be something that you've never had before. You may want to buy them from a really expensive shop. Or you may just want to treat yourself to a bar of Cadbury's Dairy Milk. If you don't fancy a box of chocolates, have you ever thought about having a chocolate fondue? I think this is a really good idea. I definitely like the sound of this, dipping something in chocolate. You could dip strawberries in, pastries, donuts, marshmallows, anything you like really. And I also came across this fondue, chocolate fondue kit on Etsy. I'll put a link in the description box below. I'm not affiliated to it or anything. I just came across it and thought it was a really good idea. Might actually treat myself to that. So a chocolate fondue is definitely something you could buy and treat yourself to on Valentine's Day. And if you don't want to have anything that's actual chocolate, if you're trying to watch your weight or you don't want to have anything sweet, there are a couple of other things that are chocolate related. So you could get a chocolate scented candle. I have had a couple of them in the past and they do smell really nice. And actually the chocolate scent is supposed to stop your craving for chocolate. So that might be a good way of treating yourself if you don't actually want to eat chocolate. And the other thing I found is a chocolate eyeshadow palette. No, it's not made of chocolate. The box actually looks like a half unwrapped bar of chocolate. I mean, the box is absolutely beautiful, but the colours are also really nice in there as well. So if you watched my video, I think it was last week, where I was talking about my eyeshadow palette stash. I'm trying not to buy eyeshadows, but this one I might have to treat myself to. So definitely worth thinking about in the chocolate category for treating yourself on Valentine's Day is the I Heart Chocolate Eye Palette from Revolution. Again, I'll put the link in the description box below. Before I go on to the next category, as always, this is the Sunday Sunshine Show. So it is a collaboration with Marie from @BusyBeeMarie, Maria from @MariaCrocker, and Tina from Tina's Talk Time. We get together every week and we put out a video on a Sunday morning at 7:30. We all talk about the same topic, but we put our own spin on it. So once you've watched my video, you can go across and watch theirs and see what their spin was. The third category we'd think about on Valentine's Day is going out dancing with a partner. Well, of course, if you're going to focus on yourself, you're not going to be doing that. So I thought the next best thing to do in that, in fact, it might be even better, is to create yourself a Spotify list or set up a playlist on Alexa or whatever you've got. You might even want to make a mixtape. I don't know if anybody still has tape recorders and tapes, but you may want to do that. But the things you could put on it, and I've just jotted some ideas down here. You know, you could put songs on there that remind you of holidays you've had in the past, that bring back happy memories, you know, of great holidays you've had. If you've got favourite songs from musicals, you can put them on there. Even movie theme tunes would be a really good idea to put on. There's some really great theme tunes from movies that would make a good addition to a playlist. There might also be songs from your teenage years that you want to put on. I know I have a playlist for when I'm walking, and I've got a couple of Bay City Roller songs on there, so they're definitely from my teen years. Think of all these different ideas for music that you can put on your playlist, and then when you've got it ready, on Valentine's Day, if you're on your own in the house, put the music on and just knock yourself out. Well, not literally knocking yourself out, just dance around the sitting room or your bedroom or the kitchen or wherever to these songs that really make you happy. Maybe don't dance on the table though. The fourth category that I came up with was food and a movie. So on Valentine's Day, you may go out for a meal and then go to see a film, something like that, or you may stay in and have a cozy night, having a takeaway and watching a film together. So to treat yourself, to focus on yourself, you could always get in a takeaway from somewhere that you've never gotten a takeaway from before. There are some, really nice restaurants that you can go and get takeaway food from. So maybe you want to do that. I know when me and Warren get a takeaway, we usually compromise because we don't always want the same thing. If you're focusing on yourself, there's no compromising. You can go and get the food from wherever you want. You could even just go down to Marks and Spencer's and make up a little basket of all of the little nibbly things that you like to eat. Maybe add a bottle of Prosecco in there and you've got your food ready for the evening. And because you're doing this on your own, you can choose a film that you would want to watch. You don't have to compromise on that either. So the three films that would definitely be on my list would be Shirley Valentine, absolutely love that movie. Educating Rita, love that movie as well. I actually went to see that at the theatre a couple of years ago and it wasn't as good as the film. I don't know whether it's because I'd seen the film first, but I definitely preferred the film to the stage show. And the third film that would be on my list would be Erin Brockovich. That's a film I love to watch when I'm just sitting on my own and haven't got anything else to do. And they're all films about strong women who are focusing on themselves. You could even, if you drive and there's a drive-in movie close to where you live, why not take yourself to a drive-in movie? You don't need to go with anybody. You can just sit in your car. You can take a little car picnic with you. Or usually in drive-in movies, you can order snacks to your car I think that would be a really good idea. Unfortunately, I can't drive, so I couldn't do that on my own, but I think that would be a really nice idea if you do drive and you want to focus on yourself on Valentine's Day. The fifth category idea I had was on Valentine's Day, it's all about sending cards, and they've got, messages, romantic messages, funny messages, cheeky messages. It's all about the kind of message to give to your loved one or somebody you're trying to attract. But if you're focusing on yourself, I think this is a really good idea, and I think this is something I might do myself. And that is a message jar, sort of an inspirational, motivating message jar. So you might want to do this before Valentine's Day. So write down on little pieces of paper that you can then fold up and put into your jar. You might think of some motivational quotes. There might be some happy memories you just want to jot down about. You could also put on them, just remind yourself of things you've accomplished in the past that you're proud of. Because I sometimes think we forget about all the things we've accomplished during our lives. They may just be little things, but you forget about them. And I think if you've got the chance to look at them and remember it, it'll put a smile on your face. It could be a line from a movie or a line from a song that inspires you or makes you laugh. Could be a little poem that will put a smile on your face or inspire you. So you put all of these messages in the jar. The more the better. I mean, if you could do 365, you'd have one for every day of the year. You don't have to just focus on yourself on Valentine's Day. You could do 52, one a week, do 12, one a month. So something that is just for you, something that inspires and motivates and makes you smile. So those are the 5 categories and ideas that I came up with for focusing on yourself this Valentine's Day. If you don't have a partner, or you may be part of a couple but you're not romantic, that's probably a bit like me and Warren. We don't really do Valentine's Day at all, but I'm quite happy to focus on myself and actually use some of these ideas to treat myself, because it's nice to treat yourself, isn't it? So I hope you found those interesting. Let us know which ones you like the idea of, which ones you might try yourself. Leave us a comment below. I would love to hear them. So remember to go across and watch Marie from Busy Bee Marie, Tina from Tina's Talk Time, and Maria from Maria Crocker to see what they're doing to focus on themselves this Valentine's Day. I'm sure they've come up with some really good ideas as well. So that's all I've got for you today. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.